Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War, Campaign 12, Week 10, Day 5, last few days of the campaign. So, of course, we got raids today, specifically weekend raids, specifically Adana weekend raids. So let's go and get that team, same one we mentioned in the Monday video, if you want the copy-paste for it. But basically the same strategy that every raid has. You want to go and mang down the Zolgoth, use the Raid Slayer trip on the Zolgoth, and then clear it out with whatever else you want to do. Normally that is skull-based damage, however we do have access to Tesla, which is kind of nice. One other thing that's pretty nice, and I highly advise getting it for only 210 gems, you can get yourself this new Adana gun, the Rune Gauge. But anyways, this is going to be really good, probably once we get the Adana rework. Adana rework is happening this May, most likely, sometime around then. And basically, it's a standard explodey weapon. Explodes a bunch of yellow gems, grants a random status effect to all Adana allies, and then summons an Adana troop. Currently, this doesn't do too much. However, when the entire kingdom of Adana gets reworked, there's a good chance some of them will be, you know, better. And for that reason, this weapon might actually be kind of usable. Currently, there's not much synergy because most mech teams, or most Adana teams, I should say, don't really use a wide range of Adana troops. Normally, they just multi-up on what the strongest options are, which are normally double Tina 9000 or double Tesla. So there isn't really that much variety that's used in a given Adana team, but that might change once the whole kingdom gets reworked in a couple months. So definitely advise making sure at minimum you go up to that point. That should also be enough for your entire guild to get it done. If everyone in your guild is up to tier 3 to not only get the weapon, but also get all of the rewards. And this is one of those modes where you actually have to do the first several battles in order to be able to claim the rewards, which is kind of funny. There's some of them that kind of have like a mini requirement like this. This one like quite literally has a requirement where if you don't do at least 6 battles, you don't even get to claim the rewards, which is kind of funny. Anyways, let's go plug in our team. Of course, this isn't really meant for the super early battles. To such a degree, I almost feel like just going straight into Tesla mana. Actually, we might do so. Let's see, we already have the thing on copy-paste. We might as well just change over to like a blue-red banner just for the super early fights. Because we're just looking to auto-win with Tesla and then get to the meteor fights where we'll actually need the higher amount of damage. Anyways, hello everyone! Hope all you guys been doing well. Hello, Lester. Hello, NASA. Hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Isabel. Hello, hello, Ginky. Hello, Roman. Hello, Emernator. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Dwight. Hello, Crisp. Oh, that reminds me. I didn't check the forum. Did they post anything about the issue they had this week yet? Hello, who knows? Hello, Isabel. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Bill. Hello, Vernas. Welcome. Yeah, that reminds me. I never did check. I assume not. But I kind of want them to say something. It's gonna be like the compensation for the other thing, where it's like, oh, you get basically nothing. Let's see. Nope. Still nothing. Guess there's waiting till next week. Obviously, they're not gonna fix it. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if they'll do, anything? Like, just talking about it? Like, they are aware it exists. But, yeah, none of the posts are on it. Still none. And there's the auto thing for the weekend event. Actually, where's the one for the raid event we just had? That's weird. Did they not have an auto post for the raid? Because that's the one for Nintendo Switch. Where's the one for our raids? Oh well. Did they actually forget to automate one? That's kind of funny. Official news. Information about bans. No. Did they forget to automate one? They did for Switch. They got this little Eagle event thing or whatever they have going on. But we don't have the other one. You know, the one for the current Adana raids. That's funny. Anyways, where are we? Let's go in. Take a red. Get a little bit of mana. Doesn't even matter what we do here. And wipe the whole team. Just gonna use some quick Teslas for the first few. Should probably give it a mana accumulator, but just so we don't have to ruin as much of the team and get it back into together. Also, hello Maximus! Welcome. Hello Trila. Hello Jonian. Let's see. Hello Sushi Ninja. It comes to no surprise. Oh no, I'm not sure what their work schedule even normally is, like days that they normally work. Because I feel like the only time we ever get a response is like Sunday night till like Thursday. And if they don't respond by then, like you're not getting one till Sunday night. Because that's when they're back in the office on Monday. So assumably they just don't work weekends? And they might have a 3-day weekend? I'm not sure exactly how their schedule works. But based on how hard it is to normally contact them, I assume it is they don't work weekends and they have 3-day long weekends. Which means it's basically just Monday to Thursday. And by Monday to Thursday, I mean like Thursday night into like, I'm sorry, Sunday night into like Thursday night. Which I guess that would technically be Friday as well. So yeah, they might just not work weekends then. Because the time I just said actually does include Friday. It's just their Friday takes place on Thursday night. Because the whole Australia time zone thing. Let's see, what do we need here? Because we probably won't have any mention from them until like Sunday, Monday night at this point. But, oh well, not too big a deal. Anyways, we need mana. We need all the Tesla manas. Let's see, we'll take that one over. And they still seem to have a lot of developers around. Especially with how much work they've been putting into Puzzle Quest 3. Which I assume is slowing down slightly on Gems of War because of that. But also Gems of War has like 1,000 times the player base. Somewhere's around there. Not even exaggeration, I don't think. Okay, maybe 100 times. 1,000's a little bit of a stretch. Also, hello, Dwight, and thank you for the $5 tip. Greatly appreciate it. Helps out a lot. You need another shout-out for the 49ers to win this weekend? I sure hope so. Yeah, last time I got you the win, so hopefully this time it'll work as well. Hopefully the 49ers will win. Hopefully all the way to Super Bowl, and then I'll be watching them. Because that's literally the only football game all year I watch. So we'll not see a single one of their matches unless they make the Super Bowl. In which case, I will root for them this year if they make it all the way. Just for you. Oh, I'm still using the Tesla build. I should probably change that. If we're just running Tesla auto win, like this works up to a certain point. The reason of the other order was because you know, it scales the entire time. But for how many battles we're about to do, I'm not sure we need to scale. I might just build all in Tesla build. The problem with that is, what do we have for Empower in this place? I believe the answer is nothing. Which is the problem with trying to get man. Yeah, that's was my concern. Next best bet is like link it red. I guess we can link it red. I can't have mana start it. Yeah, I think we just link it red then. And do something like this. Which might seem a little weird, but it does what we need it to do. So that's now +3 red, +2 blue. Okay, there we go. Oh, you know what? Actually, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say, I should put like a tank up front. We still could. Like something super tanky that, the weird thing is, and the weird issue this kingdom always has, is that it's a weird mix of, wait, we have access to any color. I could just run an explodey thing there. But we have a weird combination of, humans and mechs. It's one issue that, this kingdom has always had. Why must both of these options be red? You're blocking me on red. Fine, I'll just go some kind of generic explodey option. Because every single explode option blocks us on red. That's unfortunate. I guess we just go to Cinemirage one or something. It's probably one slightly better, but it has the coloration we need. It does what we need. Let me go for mine is purple on these two colors. Never mind. It doesn't exist. Oh, wait. Yes, it does. I accidentally said all colors instead of any. I need a +2. Wait, I don't have the right one on. Wait, what? I'm confused. I need a... Oh, there just isn't one? Oh. Never mind, there just isn't one. I thought I had it correct. Alright, so blue-red banners. Yeah, we'd have to... Mice and brown's fine. Let's do that then. Alright, there we go. Anyways, let's go in. We're currently using Titan. Should I change that? I would say mech, but we don't really have a benefit to it. I guess we have triple Adana. I guess. It doesn't do that much extra, but it's not like we're half mana starting anything from using mech. I think we gain like a few extra armor. Like a very small amount of armor. Actually, we can see it right here if we check on bonuses. We can see that we're getting... Oh, 24 armor. That's not too bad. 24 armor on 4 units. That adds up. Especially on a Tesla build. Alright, this is our team now. Instead of going for the kill raid troop option, which you will have to do if you go super deep. But we're currently not super deep, so we're just going straight for the win condition then. Just the Tesla spam. And there we go. The good old Tesla spam. Alright, we'll go for the red there. That does nothing. We'll take our yellow, not like it does anything either. Take our blue. That'll guarantee a full mana by the time our turn passes. And it was wipe. If in doubt, run Tesla. That's pretty much every game mode you're allowed to use her on. It's not always the best option, but it is always an option. Though this time around, it actually does kind of seem like the best option. Like, you will eventually reach a point where Tesla will fall off. But for our purposes today, and if you're only buying tier 3, you probably just can go all the way with Tesla. I showed it with the Mang and the other thing earlier as that scale all the way, and just in case, because it's a lot more, it's a lot safer. But honestly, it might not really be that needed. Tesla's just good enough to do it on her own. Or at least with 2 of them anyways. Technically you could do it with 1 Tesla as well, but slightly slower. And weapon can pretty much be anything. We're just using an explodey one that doesn't block her just to get some mana in there. It's not actually required, just there to speed things up a little. This will eventually fall off. But we are not at that point yet, so we don't need to worry about it. Yeah, Tina 9000 would be pretty good for this. Double, triple Tina 9000. Actually, do I even have triple Tina? I know I have double. I think I might have triple. Might even have quad, though there's no point in running quad. Yeah, Tina 9000 does a lot of damage. It's also still the best overall spell reduction troop in the entire game. Even though it's not the highest percent, it gains so much armor that it's effectively the best one, assuming you're up against physical damage. Is it enough to kill? It is not. It's unfortunate. I gotta waste a turn. Oh, so this guy's literally just here for mana link, by the way. Though he does have an armor gain if we really want to utilize it. Which, of course, gives Tesla more damage. But he's mostly there for the +1 red. Because that makes it so we're running +2/+2. Oh, wait, no. Wait, what banner did we go? Never mind. We're not actually +2/+2. We're, +3/+1. +2/+2 would be a little bit better. But there isn't a correct minus with the weapon we're using, so we're just running it like this. Not too big a deal, though. It does make us want to prioritize red more than blue, though. Hello, Jonathan! You're on Xbox and you have all the tasks done for level 1000, but now you have more tasks to do. Is there... Oh, yeah, there's currently a glitch. That was the thing I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. There's a glitch that happened as of a couple days ago with it. They have mentioned that they are aware of it, however, they have not mentioned much beyond that they are aware of it. So what's happening with it? Who knows? But it serves... people were saying earlier they were getting extra rewards if you do the extra tasks. I'm not sure exactly. But if it does seem like it is working, then yeah, you might as well do the tasks if you want. We already had everything, so it doesn't actually do anything for us. However, yeah, we don't currently know what the whole situation with that. They have not given any official word. I checked again at the beginning of the stream and they still haven't. At least not yet. Soon, TM. Like, you never got the extra reward. Some people said they did, some people said they didn't. Based on their website, they said that you won't get the extra rewards, though some people have claimed that they have gotten the extra rewards. And as I already had the rewards, I have no clue, as I wasn't able to see, since we already had them all. I've heard both sides. But regardless, they'll do something to address it soon. It's definitely not going to get fixed by the end of the week, I know that. As far as what they do about it for compensation or anything else, or if they let people keep the resources, which they might. So it's a good idea to go do the tasks, because there is a chance you get to keep the resources if you do actually get them. And there's some good resources in there. They definitely add up. No, I don't think they would ban over that. That's something really easy to accidentally claim. So they wouldn't, like, ban people over it. It's not like you can partial claim. Like, let's say someone was going and trying to get to 1,000. And they didn't realize the extra tasks and got to, like, 1,100. Like, they can't just, like, claim only to 1,000. Even if they didn't realize it. You have to claim all the way to however many points you have. You know what? I'm actually going to buff armor here. Just because I have a feeling we won't kill without it. So hello, Barbara! Welcome. Yeah, about 5 more fights. Maybe 7, depending on how the Vow Ravens fall. And then we're basically done with raids. As I mentioned earlier, very quick event. It's going to take us like, what, 20 minutes? I was saying like almost 30 earlier. It's even less than that. That depends how much you want to help out your guild. Is the new weapon worth fully upgrading? I would hold off on upgrading it if you're pressed on upgrading material at the moment. While it will probably be good when the Adana rework happens, the Adana rework's still a couple months away. It's a weapon you'd probably eventually want to upgrade if you're low on the resources, but might not want to do immediately. Speaking of which, might as well go upgrade it right now. Where is it? Upgradable. Actually, I don't even remember what perks it gets. Let's see. Upgrade. It gets eliminate 1 magic from the first enemy, which is not much, but it helps. Deal 5 damage to the first enemy. Give all mech allies an armor and gain some armor. Yeah, it doesn't get much from being upgraded at all. That's a very underwhelming amount of things. But the main premise is what it does on the weapon itself. Not necessarily all the extra benefits. But yeah, you don't gain much from it. Oh, you know what else I forgot to upgrade it? I never upgraded those 2 weapons we got when, on that one Monday. When we ended up getting those new, what are they called? Warbands. I never actually upgraded them. I think there's one other weapon here I didn't upgrade. Yeah, it was, whatever it's called, the Mortal Chain. This was the human explodey weapon from the other week. Oh, it even gets barrier to itself. That's not too bad. That's actually not bad at all. Its coloration's kind of unfortunate, though, because you'd almost always rather use Angry Mob. Anyways, no, not that. We'll be getting that to a moment. Okay, let's go finish out raids. That's not where raids is. Let's go finish out raids. That's also not where raids is. I will eventually click on raids. There we go. Let's go finish raids. After like 4 misclicks, we will eventually click the right tab. So many tabs. We got a lot of events going on. And I feel like that's almost the norm now. The last 2 months, they actually pretty much since the 8-year anniversary of the game, they've been running a lot of events simultaneously. They've also quite a bit ramped up the speed of Kingdom Passes. Though I don't think the next one is until the Adana rework. Oh, actually that's not true. We might be getting one for the new Kingdom coming up soon. I believe that's late next month, if I'm not mistaken. We're getting a new Kingdom. First and maybe only new Kingdom of the year. Though, if we do get 2 new Kingdoms this year, this will be the first year since they started doing Kingdoms again that we would have had 2 within a year. There was at one point where we were getting like 4 or 5 in a year. But ever since they stopped doing it and started doing like all the Underworld stuff, the most we've ever gotten in any one year was 1. We've yet to ever do 2. Who knows, maybe this will be the first year. Honestly, I wouldn't mind them. Actually, I would prefer it to be that way. I would get more new kingdoms rather than, like, repeat kingdom stuff. Well, repeat kingdoms can kind of help people catch up, if nothing else. While still introducing more to an already existing kingdom that might be falling behind. Like Sinner Mirage or, what's the other one called? Druxum. Like, you know, the kingdoms that were added, like, all the way near the end. That have a lot less troops than other locations. I'm actually surprised one of those haven't gotten one yet. Like all the kingdoms that have like 0 troops. Like compared to all the other numbers. Like none of them really got an event yet. The Sinner Mirage definitely needs it the most. There are a handful of other ones that could definitely utilize it well. Oh, we're needing 3 hits now. Should have went for the buff. That still would have been an extra cast, but there we go. We're almost done. We might still have to do tomorrow's like 6 battles. But aside from that, we are basically done with raids. I just need the rest of our guild to go do their battles, and we'll be good to go. And then by tomorrow night, look at that, straight 5,000s. All the bare minimum crowd. Let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And probably a few others too, technically. But we have 7 people in the bare minimum crowd. And Isabel absolutely killing it like usual. Actually, is she on the leaderboard? Or maybe not. Oh, wow, why is the leaderboard so high? Also, I love how there's a fight for there's like an ongoing fight for second and third place now. Because Power Orb has so little value that a lot of people rather just get the 2 major orbs. It's really funny. That is pretty funny. Anyways, we finished that. Let me go check the other event. We're already done, right? Oh, not quite. Oh yeah, wasn't the scoring weird for Ward event? Let me go help out the guild for Ward event. Because the scoring was very weird for it, so I should probably go help them with a few more battles. I kind of forgot about that. We had a really weird scoring week for this week. Let's go do some of that real quick. Then we'll go handle the code, and then go clear out everything else. Funny how running multiple events and running the... yeah, it could be related to running multiple events in theory. While they have done in the past, they've never had it to such a degree that they have been recently. So there's a chance that running so many of the events is actually getting in the way and causing glitches to occur. You checked when you got home and your guild was already done. Yeah, some guilds are really active for it. It really just depends how many gems people are putting in. Because you can easily go putting in very minimal so that it saves everyone some more gems. But it also depends how many people are going and, you know, doing a lot of it, going for leaderboards, stuff like that. Because that does end up consuming more gems, but also gets it done way quicker. And I tend to go pretty much bare minimum on mostly, like, guild-related ones. With a few exceptions. But for the most part, we kind of go the minimum route. Also because if everyone does that, it just gets done by the end of the week anyways. And there isn't much of a benefit to getting it done too much early. But it is still an option, if nothing else. And of course, if your guild's ever short at the end, you could easily just throw more then. What kind of underworld would Volpiv... I have no clue what that word even is. So I do not know how to respond to it. Oh, so hello, Supernova! Welcome, welcome. That's a lot of gems. Speaking of which, time to go waste Dragonite again. Or gems for Dragonite. I can't wait till we finally have that upgraded so I can stop wasting thousands of gems a week. We will eventually be able to stop. Oh, the new kingdom. What kind of kingdom is it? I actually have not checked it yet. Though if I had to guess based on what we're missing, it is a war gear kingdom. It is an entire kingdom of war gears. But I actually haven't really looked up too much about the new kingdom. Other than that's coming very soon. But yeah, it should be a pure war gear kingdom. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Because they were trying to do it for all the hero classes that we're currently missing. And there's actually only one hero class we're missing now. As far as the standard typings are concerned. And that one is war gear. Also, I had this order initially because the AoE was better. I'm not sure why I haven't switched it back yet. Because the reasoning for the order I currently have was solely for the purpose of getting the AoE down so we could win that way. But now we're so deep that we can't win that way anymore. Because we actually need like Zul'Goth to be the primary thing. Which this team was always built around being primary Zul'Goth. Just we slightly changed it early on. But we've gotten deep enough where we kind of need to change it back. Actually, I almost could even just remove it completely. Go for a tankier class. Let's have it like all Zul'Goth based. Do we have a second in power? Do we have anything good for second? Oh yeah, you know what? Green slime. I get like a green slime into hero just chilling. But have hero be something tanky. Like Sentinel or Elementalist. So you know what? I'm actually going to go Elementalist. Because we don't intend to cast, really. We're just looking to not die. Let's roll like that. What's our banner currently set to? I actually need to change banner as well. Change banner to... purple blue. And then minus brown if we can. It's not a brown. There's also not a brown. We will eventually find a brown. We can plus yellow, that doesn't do us anything. We can also plus yellow, that also doesn't do us anything. We can plus red, I guess. That does something more than nothing. I'll just roll that then. There we go. Okay, next order of business. Let's see. You need to get mana. You need to convert. Actually, no, I'm going to go for this first. Then we can convert all that. But then Zug off. So I like the second I change the team, we're up against a team where we don't necessarily need the team we're using now. Because we could just AoE them due to their lower stats. Is it easier just to save event keys for a new kingdom? Yes. One thing that's actually changed with the event key drop table since you last played, which I'm not sure if you've noticed yet or not, is every troop is now available in the event key drop table. As far as every rarity, not literally every troop, but every rarity from a kingdom is available from the drop table. Because back in the day, it used to be like ultra rare plus, but now you can get even commons and rares. And you'll get multiple copies when you do. Like, I think it's like 3 commons, 2 rares or something. So it allows you to get absolutely everything from a kingdom. Unless they're not a drop table. But rarity-wise, absolutely everything. Oh, you know what? I should have casted that weapon before I did that. Would have been a better order. So I do not have triple damage burning with how I'm set up right now. I'd rather have the durability just to make sure we don't die randomly. Because our whole team is basically immune to death with Hero there. I'm just getting our mana sometimes. There we go. Yeah, event keys are better than ever in the current state of the game. Not too many ways to earn them, though, oddly enough. Though, of course, you could just do gems directly for them. Though, of course, as is many things in this game, one of the best ways to earn it is through vault events. If they would ever pop back up again. I thought that yellow would drop. Also, take the dragon gems while you can. This is the last week of dragon gems. Haven't mentioned it too many times this week. However, yeah, we only have a few days left of random dragon gems. And then they'll be replaced by some other gem next season. It was a pretty underwhelming gem. It wasn't as bad as bomb gems in how useless it was. But I don't feel like it did much. Like, it was a really balanced gem. But that makes it normally bad. Like, it wasn't too powerful. It wasn't, like, underpowered. It just felt like it never... Well, no, maybe it was slightly underpowered. It never felt like it did enough of an impact. But it was also not annoying, so that's good. Any power gem that's not annoying. Basically, the baseline is... Was it worse than Lycanthropy? If the answer is no, then it's fine. You know what? I think that's why they started with Lycanthropy. They wanted to start with a gem so ridiculously awful that any power gem they ever release in comparison will seem amazing. I think that was the logic behind Lycanthropy. Because it set the standard for what power gem should not be. So that every power gem in comparison seems like a good power gem. Let's see. Convert all that. I probably should have taken yellow first. Luckily, it did not matter much. Is it Bounty Weekend on Switch? Bounty doesn't take too long, though it could definitely take a couple hours on a slightly newer account. Oh yeah, speaking about this weekend, I'm going to finally be playing Death's Door this weekend. We'll probably start around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I hope to get it done in one stream. I'm not sure if we will, but the goal is just to see if we could just one and done. Do literally the entire game in one stream. And worst comes to worst, we'll split it into 2. Yeah, the good old bow bird. One of my favorite types of bow, and my favorite type of bird. The good old bow bird. Let's see. I'll take that one over. Have I ever played a Darkest Dungeon again? I will be once it launches. I believe Darkest Dungeon 2 is releasing, I think it said Q2 this year? I think. Actually, easy way to check. But yeah, we will be playing Darkest Dungeon 2 again when it releases. I played the beta around the time when it came out, but haven't really played it much since. And I'd much rather play it on Steam than on Epic Game Store. Darkest Dungeon 2, when are you coming out? Darkest Dungeon 2 releases on yeah, that's what I thought. Quarter 2, 2023. No official date yet. But yeah, when that happens, we'll play it for sure. But we don't even have a date yet. Oh, we're out of battles. Alright, we should be done with that. Hopefully the guild will get the rest, and if not, we'll do more battles this weekend on it. Anyways, let's go ahead to the code. So we would after we cleared that out. And go into the code section. But we still have a few other things we need to go clear as well. Are we going to play Orcs Must Die series? We will at some point too. I have 1 and 2. I just need to get 3 when it's on the sale. Yeah, I would have played that ages ago if they would have actually released on Steam initially. That was one of those weird games that was like a Stadia exclusive. And then it had like no hype around its actual release when it wasn't Stadia exclusive anymore. And then I kind of forgot it existed and still haven't bothered getting it yet. It was a complete mess. Though they were probably offered so much money from Stadia that it was worth it to them. But from a consumer perspective, this is like one of the weirdest launches ever. Anyways, let's go get the gems. Though that game was the thing that got me closest to actually getting Stadia just to try it. But only if it would have been like free or something on Stadia. Otherwise it would have been too much hassle. Also, isn't Stadia servers like down now? Or about to be down soon? It's so weird because all the great features that Stadia was like originally going to have, they never implemented. Like I never used it, but one thing I was interested in using, but they never added it, was YouTube integration. They were going to add some kind of way to integrate it into YouTube so that we could like be playing a game and then people could like literally just join us via YouTube through Stadia. Like that would have been amazing. Like a free-to-play game where you could just play it on stream. Someone clicks a button on the stream and then get into your lobby like instantly through a browser. Especially if it was usable on phone. If it was a game that could actually run on it as well. Like that would have been so good, but they never implemented the feature. Oh yeah, I did the entirety of Spiritfarer. Any kind of content that got post-launch, I didn't play. So maybe we'll have to revisit it. But yeah, I played Spiritfarer. Honestly, it was one of my favorite games of 2021? Whatever year it released. I think it was 2021. Was it 2020 or 2021? I'm pretty sure it was 2021. I don't remember now. But yeah, we played through Spiritfarer. We played it on launch. Like literally on launch. I think it was like literally the night at launch or day at launch or something. It was like one of my favorite games of the year that year. I don't know, did they add enough content to bother going back to it? Because I know they've done some updates to the game. I just haven't really looked to see what they were. Also, unfortunately, we hit a trap there. Let's see. Let's go Zolga. Yeah, my favorite character was Gustav from that game. Like, all the death sequences in that game, he was definitely my favorite. Like the whole existential spin on it. It's very rare that you get like an existentialist character in a game. They also remind me a lot of Blathers from Animal Crossing. With his whole art motif thing. Let's see. There's no point in sculling here. I'm just gonna go for the red. If you guys ever have any game suggestions, let me know. I'm trying to play a bunch of different games this year. I feel like lately we haven't really been as much. I kind of want to get back into that. Last year was slightly because construction was being done on the house, like the first half of the year. But then after that, I like never got back into it until this year when we kind of started again. Actually, the game I'm probably looking forward to most this year is literally a re-release of one I've kind of already played. And it's the Mega Man series. I believe it's like the 40th anniversary or something of Mega Man or some kind of big number. And they're actually re-releasing all of the Battle Network games. Which is pretty much what I know Mega Man to be. Is the entirety of the Battle Network games. I played the third one, the fourth one, and I think the fifth one. Meaning the only ones I haven't played are the first, second, and sixth. And they were releasing all of them in 2 waves sometime this year. I don't think they have an official date yet. But we're re-releasing the whole thing in 2 segments this year. And I do plan on playing all of them. Though I do not plan to play them in order, oddly enough. I actually want to start with 3. Because that was the first one I ever played, so it's also the first one I want to start with. And then we'll probably go to 1 and 2 since I haven't played those 2. Because I believe they're releasing like 1, 2, and 3 at once or something. So we'll play 3, then 1 and 2. I know that probably makes like no sense, but it's not like a chronological thing. Like you could play them in any order and it still makes sense. Like you literally play the 5th one first and you generally understand what's going on. Let's see. Take the brown over. Alright, I need this board to give us mana. Good enough. I'll take that one out. Why am I saving the Gem Dragon for last? I think I should probably be prioritizing first. The last one dead. I'll take the second to last. What about Cat Quest 2? Maybe you could do co-op with someone. What is that? Sounds interesting. I don't tend to play most cat-based games, even though I like cats more than dogs. Like, one of them came out last year. What was it called? It was something that begins with an S. Stray? I think it was called Stray. Like, that was the big cat release of last year. I didn't bother playing. I think Genki played it on her channel, if not mistaken. I never did watch that playthrough. Mostly because I'm not sure if I'm ever going to play the game, so I don't want to be spoiled on how the storyline goes. However, I'm not sure I will be playing it, so maybe I will go look at playthroughs. Anyways, what am I looking for here? Nothing. Wait, why did I click on the pet menu? Well, I clicked here as if there'd be something here. Oh, I did get the Dragonite though, right? Let me see. What's our Dragonite doing these days? We are at 364, not enough. Anyways, let's go and claim all the stuff from this. We still haven't done the daily on this yet. We should have the armor by Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year being this Sunday. So between the points today, tomorrow, and Sunday, we will indeed have it by the holiday. So it's going to be the same thing as Christmas. So in this time, we won't be banned. Because the whole ban thing that was happening during the Christmas time there. But this time around, we won't be, so we can actually get the armor on the day we wanted it to, which is exactly on the holiday. Your dungeon layout today was 1, 2, 3, nice. We haven't seen a 1, 2, 3 in a while, though we got like 2 or 3 of them within the same month last December. Oh, also, if you didn't already get the Maximus, you can actually get 10 event keys every single week for pretty much for free. There's one shop menu where they're really hidden. It used to be a lot more obvious where it is, but they love hiding it. I don't always go over in every video because I normally claim it before I actually even cover the video, just out of habit. But this menu right here, all the way to the left, where there's an invisible void, you can get 10 event keys per week for 180 glory each. That's actually a mechanic that used to exist in the past. You used to be able to buy it infinitely. But ever since they add like a buy X amount option, they made it a 10 per week limit. You can still get 10 per week. It's still the same cost. It just is limited to 10 rather than infinite. What do we even need here? Take that one over. It's kind of funny because at the time event keys weren't as good. And then they started buffing event keys and then they magically became good. Mostly when they widened the drop table is when they really got good. Because now you can get it to get everything from a kingdom rather than just the higher rarity stuff. I believe they also have a 0.1% higher chance to give a Mythic, if I'm not mistaken, compared to a Gem Key. But I don't think was always the case, because they have a 0.11% chance to get a Mythic, whereas a Gem Key is a 0.1. Actually, similarly, it's the same as a Guild Key, oddly enough. A Guild Key, when fully maxed, is a 0.11 as well, which is also what the Event Key drop table is, a 0.11. So it's like opening a Gem Key while opening a Glory Key in a sense, since a Glory Key is a 0.01, and a Gem Key is a 0.1. So you kind of get both simultaneously. Anyways, where were we? Let's finish out this event. And soon be able to claim the armor. Actually, do we get it tomorrow? No, it'll be like ever so slightly short. If it's anything like before, we'll be at like 470 or something. Like 460, 470, just ever so slightly below the threshold. What do we need here? We need green there. Also, I have the orb counter up. I'm not sure we're actually opening any orbs today, since raid event kind of took up that time. But I had a feeling it would. I didn't even bother putting it into the title, because I had a feeling raids would take a while. Though, honestly, it didn't take that long. It took us like, what, 20 minutes? It was mostly the fact that we had to do World Event that made it take longer. I almost feel like we took more time on World Event than we did on raids, despite raids having more battles. Just because the ones in World Event take slightly longer due to our options that we have available. Whereas raids had access to double Tesla, which made it go very quick. Final battle on these. But yeah, out of all the newer events that they've been doing, personally, I would have to say the holiday ones are probably the best addition they've ever had. Because you can get everything of meaning for free, which is in-game currency. You don't have to spend any of the money. Like, you could spend $10 on each one, and you'd get like a little bit more convenience for everything, and that max pet a little bit easier. But you don't need to. You can get everything of value for free, using just several hundred gems. Of course, you have to put down several hundred gems, but you know, there's plenty of ways to get gems in the game these days. It's not too big a deal. Anyways, we did that. I believe that is everything but crowns. So, of course, we're still trying to progress on the Kingdom Pass. While it is a little bit underwhelming, our options that we get from Kingdom Pass, one of the more noteworthy ones is by the 45th, we will have a Max Spider Throne, which is by far the only useful thing in this entire list of resources. Free-to-play also gets it on that day as well, assuming you're not buying any tiers early, which is actually just a couple days from now. Let's see. So here's today. So let's go figure out what day we're on. So this will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So on Monday, we have something else to kind of go over Monday night. Oh, then again, oh no. This is kind of a converter, but if nothing else, it's something to mention on Monday. And that is Spider Throne will be maxable as of Monday. Both free-to-play and otherwise. Technically it is now, but without spending any resources extra. And that means we get the Mythic on Thursday then. I mean, the Legend, I mean. Unfortunately, the Legend is really bad, same as the weapon. There's not worth using. I'm not sure why they made the Legend so absurdly bad this time, though. It's weird, because they've added some pretty good ones in the past, like Zenith and such. But, gosh, the ones we've been getting lately definitely been a bit weaker. Kind of surprised they do. You would think they would want to make it more enticing to be like, oh, you definitely want to go and get this early, so you can actually use it for a bit. But they've been making them pretty bad lately. Anyways, I'm rambling and can't remember where I was going. Oh yeah, I was going to go get crowns. That's why I can't remember. I was in that tab literally talking about it. Let's go get our crowns. Because I was looking for like a certain event tab, but this one doesn't have a tab. It is simply just go kill things. And quick kill and explorers is the quickest way to do it. Oh, hello, Clip Bomb! Welcome! Hope all has been well. You've been gone for half the day. I hope the trip went well. Actually, my mom just ended up driving like halfway across the state to take a friend over somewhere. Because they had some kind of doctor appointment thing. And they couldn't drive back, so she had to drive all the way over there, wait there, and that was basically her entire day. It was like drive halfway around across the states and wait at a office and then go drive back. Let's see. Throw that down. And I live in a pretty big state too. South Carolina is not a short duration. Like saying you're on like one side of South Carolina compared to the other. It's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive. Not a short distance. Which is one nice thing about some states. Is like they're so small that if someone says they're in your state, it's like, oh, that's within like a close distance. Where if someone says that in South Carolina, it's like, oh, you're like 4 states away from me while living in the same state. Because it's just such a wide state. Because I know when I was in New Jersey, like someone else would say they're in New Jersey, it's like, oh yeah, it's always like maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes, like hours, absolute tops. Same thing in South Carolina, it's like 3 times the number, if not more. He said you wouldn't spend any more on the game. It did not work. I don't know. I would say the only thing that is like ultra ridiculously good value in the current state of the game is the $10 Kingdom Pass. Or sorry, not the $10 Kingdom Pass. The $10 Campaign Pass. Got too many passes. But the $10 Campaign Pass is the one and only thing I would say is like ultra worth it. And the only other one I personally buy is the Kingdom Pass, which isn't ultra worth it, but I still get it just in case there's something in it that we want to show for videos or anything. It's just convenient to have them and not need to worry about getting them in the future. But unlike many other games, you can earn everything from the season passes at a later point, with the only exception being cosmetic pets. There have been several that have... Some of them have returned, some of them haven't. It's like a weird in-between on if they will or will not be available. But besides from cosmetic pets, every single thing is obtainable in the future for free. If you're just patient enough to wait. Yes, I should say Isabel buys it, which is greatly appreciated. As she has funded every single campaign pass since the second campaign, which helps out a great deal. She also buys the bigger one, which is very generous of her. Because if it wasn't for her, I would just keep buying the normal one. But she insists that we get the bigger one. And I do appreciate it. But otherwise, we would just be doing the smaller one as well. But it's convenient because it allows us to cover some things a bit early. Which is probably one of the main reasons you would even buy the bigger pass. Is to have some stuff early for Guild Wars, or if you just want to have it like a week early and stuff. Because most of the extra rewards are pretty small. Like, they add up, but they're pretty small. Like, some of you who got all those extra points and actually were able to claim the loot have probably seen. Because it's not a particularly high amount of stuff, but it's a nice variety of stuff, if nothing else. Get some epic keys, you get a power orb, you get some Dragonite, a few other good resources. Hey, you need those Mythic videos. Yeah, we do cover a video on every single one of the Mythics, as well as the most recent one the other week. And the Mythic tier list is still in development. We have not forgotten. It's still doing its thing. Though I think I'm going to be doing it slightly differently than I was initially planning because it's being very annoying. But yeah, I am still doing it. It is still planned. Soon, TM. It'll be out before the next Mythic. How about that? Next Mythic's coming... actually, what is the date for next Mythic? The next Mythic is coming in exactly 2 weeks from today. The Mythic tier list will be up before then. The one going over every Mythic up to 2023. Which is basically all 108 currently available right now. Tessa said the secret word, variety. I don't know, what's so secret about variety? Do I say it weirdly? Because I feel like there's like 3 ways I say variety. It's like variety, variety, and variety. And the weirder thing is, I actually like change how I say variety depending on unknown factors. It's one of those words where I'm not intentionally trying to say it differently. Like Rowan, Rowan, stuff like that. Like any time of those are intentional. but whenever I say variety differently, I am not actually intentionally saying it any differently. I just, for whatever reason, when I say the word, say it in a different way than I normally do, depending on the context of the rest of the sentence. Because the way I say water, that's just the way I say water. But other weird pronunciations are just, I don't know. It's one of those weird words that comes out differently sometimes. What is my native language? English, kind of. You would think it would be English, as it is the only one we know, yet we don't know it that well. At least I don't speak it well. It's kind of funny because when I was younger, I always wanted to do like a bunch of writing and stuff like that. But I was always like super bad at reading. I have never not been bad at reading. I used to be in pronunciation classes too until like the 5th, 6th grade. They actually had to take me out of it because my grades were eventually getting so good that like I couldn't be in the class thing anymore for like impaired speech. It was a weird kind of double standard thing where like you couldn't get like this help for this other problem you might be having if your grades were getting too good. It was like a really weird inverse incentive. Because we were always good at like writing and, you know, like the actual like process of it. As far as actually speaking at all in any way, we have never been good at it, which is kind of funny given that that is most of what we do these days. At least on stream anyways. But I've never been a particularly good speaker. I've always had a pretty good understanding of writing. I mean, not super good, but, you know, good enough. Slightly above average. Oh no, the only language I really know to any degree other than English is Spanish and American Sign Language. Though I learned when taking American Sign Language classes that my vision is not enough to pursue ever fully learning the language. Like, my vision is literally too bad to learn sign language. I learned that out in college. But no, as far as any non-English language, I definitely know Spanish the most. Like, I don't know how to speak it, as I can barely even speak English. But I know, like, sentence syntax, like, enough words to kind of get by. Using a few resources, you know, I can get, like, pretty, like, legit Spanish sandwiches, Spanish sentences out. I almost said Spanish sandwiches. But, like, you know, I know how, like, sentence structure and everything else works for it. I still don't know how to speak it. What about my mom? No, my mom only knows English. I think she knows, like, a very, very, very exceedingly small amount of Ukraine. Because her parents were Ukraine. They moved to America. But then all the kids were born in America. But their parents still knew Ukraine. So they don't know that much Ukraine, but, you know, they picked up on, like, some things. But they were never really taught to, like, fully speak the language. Because English was still their primary language. But they knew, like, some amount of Ukraine. But no, I don't know any Ukraine. I do have a Ukrainian friend. But I don't know any Ukraine. Like, the language itself. Oh no, she's not bilingual in it. I know someone that is. But, she isn't. Yeah, most of my Ukrainian relatives are in the United States now. And of course, there's been a whole thing going on with them the last year. That's been a whole thing in itself. Because that's why their family eventually moved to the United States. Just because of everything with Russia back decades ago. If he did, he'd mispronounce it in a different language. I know, I feel like everything I do with language is, like, different than the norm. Like, my cursive does not look like cursive. Like, it's readable, but it's written in a way so much different than, like, how anyone else would write cursive. Like, it still looks like a, like, 5-year-old wrote it. But it's written in a way that's, like, super clear and easy to read. Because I over-exaggerate the thickness of my cursive, in a sense. So it's really easy to distinguish, like, the letters from each other. But it's also written as if it's, like, capital cursive, even in lowercase. And what I mean by that is more so, like, how thick every single, like, curve is on it. It's very hard to describe without showing it. But it almost looks like you took actual cursive and, like, stretched it out horizontally. Is what my cursive looks like. Because I only write in cursive. I actually don't ever write in print. Unless it's required for documentation. But there isn't anything I actually normally write in print for, ever. Did I play the Lunar event already? Yeah, we did that a little bit earlier. Actually, I probably have all the crowns. I've been talking so long that I'm pretty sure we had all the crowns ages ago. We gotta double check. Yeah, we have. Whoops. Well, I think that's everything then, isn't it? Well, as far as dailies, anyways. Yeah, we were probably done for like the last 5 to 10 minutes. I didn't even realize it. Whoops. That's funny. Yeah, that's done. We claimed all the good loot there. We claimed that. Okay. Anyways, let's go do a couple Volkies. Make the number on screen actually do something. Oh, that's not the team I want. The worst comes to worst, we could win with that, though it would not be ideal. Yeah, my print is really bad. Because I stopped using print in the 2nd grade. So my print still looks like a 2nd grade level. Like, it's readable, but gosh, is it bad. Like, as bad as, like, the meme is on, like, a doctor writing cursive, and, like, how unreadable it is how bad my print looks. Like, I actually have the inverse issue, where my cursive is actually really easy to understand, because of how exaggerated it is in width. But my print is so absurdly, like, unreadable. Like it's passable. I think the biggest issue is spacing. Because with cursive, you don't have to worry about spacing because every word is very obviously connected. And there's very obvious tells when how you're writing, like what the separations are. So you don't have to worry about it. My spacing in print, like a whole sentence looks like one word a lot of times. Like I do space it, but like not enough or something's wrong somewheres. Because there are sentences that literally look like one word sometimes. One very, very long word. Whereas with cursive, it's very obvious to tell where the starts and ends are. Oh, also, where's Lester? We finally hit 69. There we go. 69 ingots. Watch us get another one immediately. Otherwise, that number might be there a while. We've finally gotten 69 and won the new orbs. That'd been funny if it immediately went to 70. It was just a blue instead, though. Yeah, I don't even think kids learn cursive anymore. That might be a skill set in like another decade or two. Be a professional cursive writer. Which will be kind of funny. Hey, Lesser Orbit Glory. Like, as while the typeface will be, like, phased out of a lot of things, it'll still be used for a lot of, like, art-related things. Like, within video games, when doing, like, games that were done in the past, or, you know, kind of any kind of media like that. Movies with various notes, stuff like that. Just like how they're stored, like, VHS things and stuff in various media. Similarly, there would still be a need to have cursive writing in various things. Even if the typeface basically becomes non-existent, it'll still be used for stuff. What do we need here? Take that one down. It'll be interesting to see how good AI gets at it. It does seem like AI is advancing pretty quickly, as far as some things they can do. I was even messing with that, what was it called? Chat GPT a couple weeks ago. It's kind of amazing some of the things it can actually do so quickly. Like, it's still pretty limited now. But, it's still really good for quite a few things. Like, surprisingly good at some things. Oh, gosh, we're getting all the different orbs. What happened? We were doing so bad at getting a variety of orbs. Now we're getting all of them. Oh, we didn't get a minion yet this stream, though. So a lot of blues. Which I think we'll need that on the next bounty hunter coming up soon. Yeah, I haven't messed too much with AI artwork. I've commissioned stuff in the past. I've never really messed around with, like, AI stuff for that yet. Like, I did a little bit, but not to, like, any kind of, like, decent degree. Well, it's because a lot of them are kind of, like, paywalled for the better stuff. As far as the free options, I have messed with them, like, a small amount, but they don't produce as much of the, or, you know, as good quality as some of the paid ones. The problem with AI art currently, I would say, is more so trying to get something ultra specific. Oh, there we go. Wow, we've gotten literally every single orb. Like, it's really good at making things look amazing, but it's really bad at making something look amazing to the exact specifications that you want. Even if you go for, like, the most perfect script you possibly can, it's still a lot worse than what a human can do, as far as understanding context, at least currently. Obviously, it's still in pretty early development. How many battles do we need to do to get the prizes for the lunar event? If you're looking to get one of everything, it's basically spend 50 gems per day, which is 6 battles per day, which is 7 times, or sorry, it's 14 times 6, which is math. That's 84 battles. You might have to buy one extra thing, or sorry, 85 because you get the 1 gold battle, but you might have to buy 1 extra for 88 battles in order to get the power orb. Because if I'm not mistaken, you're like ever so slightly short from getting everything without the 1/100. And that comes out, I believe, to 800 gems. But yeah, it's like 86 battles and 800 gems or something over the course of 2 weeks. And that gives you the power orb, the armor, 1 set of the troops that you then use a blue orb on, And 6 of the pets. 5 to get the initial one max, and 1 more so you have the gold one for later. Oh, you're supposed to get full mana. Like with the extra turn and let us get it. Hey, wow, we're doing really good on these. Yeah, one of the more egregious things I've seen recently for pay to win was definitely the Diablo game. I'm pretty sure it can get even worse than that. I think one of the weirdest types of, like, money games these days, which I have still to this day never bought in a single one, but it's full-price games that have microtransactions in it. Like, I don't understand that concept at all. Or why people buy them. Like, a $60, $70 games that quite literally have, like, free-to-play monetization as their monetization scheme. So they basically have both. Like, they're a full-price game, but they also have, like, the exact economy of a free-to-play game. Because I don't think I've ever played a single game that's under that category. I play one or the other, but not games that are both. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Hey, we got a bunch of event keys. Speaking of ways you can get a bunch of event keys, of course, vault events, resulting in vault keys, which are the things we're opening now. Definitely a great way to get a lot of them. Oh, why did I not take the red? Why did I even take purple? Wait. Why did I do that? Luckily, it doesn't matter if they escape. Also, it doesn't matter if he revives. It's still enough damage to kill. I'll open a few more keys then. And then tomorrow night maybe we'll go open like the other 70 then. I don't think there's too many things we have to do tomorrow than standard dailies. Because raid events pretty much could be done. World events pretty much could be done. I guess we'll check on them to see how the guild's doing. Otherwise, there's a lot of things we can kind of skip. We're not gonna cook the Pokemon. We got a major blue. Actually, I haven't been playing the newer Pokemon game as much lately. I think most of what I even did this last month was mostly just get Master Rank in both the two things, which didn't take too long. I think they have some kind of event going on next weekend. Like a week from now. Let's see. What am I looking for? I did that. Oh, I wanted to check how many keys we had. Yep, 2 more keys. Final one here. If anyone else has any other questions that anyone want me to go over, do let me know. Otherwise, I think we might call it a night here. And then we got the weekend. But yeah, tomorrow we will be going through the entirety of Death's Door for any of you who want to catch that. It is a game about a bowbird. Actually, you know what game it's probably most like, which I still haven't played, though some people have suggested I play it, though I just never got around to it. It's kind of like Hades, if any of you guys have ever played Hades. It's like a, it's not like a roguelike, but, you know, like, the combat system is, like, somewhat similar, I think. But, it's kind of like one of those kind of games, as far as, like, how it's ended up setting up. But, we'll be doing that tomorrow, probably start around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, tomorrow night we'll be back with Gems of War at our normal time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're starting at 1-8, going until the other 8, and that's pretty much our game plan. And we should be able to finish that in one stream, hopefully. I believe it takes like 10 to 12 hours to go through the game. And it's about how long we're going to be playing, so gonna play till the end. At least that's going to be the goal. Anyways, guys, catch you guys then. We'll be back tomorrow night, and have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.